What's goody? It's your host Jay Rose as always, and we got a trade to talk about. I'm pretty sure y'all all know what the trade is, and I'm a little bit late because I had to fix up my thoughts on this trade, but we're gonna give you my thoughts on how I think the Pascal Siakam move to the Pacers is for both sides. Let's get into it. Over 90% of the people that watch my content are not subscribed, so if you're messing with the videos, please hit that sub button and the noti bell so you'll get notified every time I upload. But let's get back to the hoops. I'm sure you've all heard by now because it's been buzzing all around. Not too many trades going around right now, but this is a really big one, and the Raptors have been very active the last couple of weeks. And the Raptors have traded Pascal Siakam and have acquired Bruce Brown, Jordan Nwora from the Indiana Pacers, Kira Lewis Jr. as well from the New Orleans Pelicans, and they got 3 first-round picks, and obviously the Pacers got Pascal Siakam. I'm not sure what the New Orleans Pelicans got out of this trade. I'm sure it's nothing big. So I'm going to start talking about the Pacers and what this means for them because they acquired the All-Star in this trade in Pascal Siakam. So I really do want to give them an A. I've been thinking about this a lot and mulling it over, and adding an all-star level player to a team that's already the number 1 offense in the league. Pascal Siakam's also going to come in and play some defense as well, and that's very critical for this Pacers team because they don't have a lot of players who are going to do that right now. Their defense is sorry. There's really no other way to put it. Their defense is sorry. I'm not even going to try and sit here and sugarcoat it. Their defense is hot garbo, and they need to get better at that. So bringing Pascal in gives you some good offense as well as some pretty decent defense as well. And the only reason I cannot give the Pacers an A for this trade is because Pascal Siakam has said already that he's going to test free agency. His plan going into the offseason is to test free agency. He said out loud before this trade happened that he's not going to 100% guarantee he's staying with any organization that trades for him. And I'm going to assume that holds true as of right now. Obviously, things can change. He can very well just like it in Indiana. He can like the culture, like the players, like how their season went. They can make a playoff run, and he could possibly just very much enjoy himself being in Indiana and decide to stay there, sign an extension, whatever the case may be. But as of right now, he's a rental, and he made it very, very clear that he is a rental at this point in time. So for that reason, and that reason alone, I cannot give the Pacers an A for this trade. I also feel that because Pascal is a rental this season, that 3 first-round picks was a bit much. They didn't lose a lot of players, though. They only lost Jordan Nwora and Bruce Brown, so I give them a plus for that. 3 picks for a player that may or may not be here by next season is a lot, though. It definitely is a lot, especially because I don't think this team is like a shoo-in to make the finals or a conference finals. I think they're a dark horse to make one of those rounds into the later stages of the playoffs. I think they're on par with the Cleveland Cavaliers right now, and I think that makes you a first or second round out and a dark horse to make the conference finals or finals. That being said, this obviously makes them better. They've already beaten teams like the Celtics and the Bucks in the in-season tournament, so I might be selling them short, but from what I see, what I think is going to happen, you gave the best offense in the league an all-star level player. You gave Tyrese Halliburton, who's a great point guard, an all-star level player, a person who's going to score, a person to give the ball to and give looks to, who can take the pressure off of you. So yes, their offense is going to look very, very good. Their defense should be just a little better, hopefully. Hopefully. You got Pascal Siakam and Miles Turner as your front court, so hopefully your defense can become just a little bit better. They got to keep Buddy Hield, which I think is very, very cool. They still have offensive weapons. It's a great offensive team. I think they get better with this trade. Like I said, not sure that they're a contender just yet. Might be a piece or two away. They definitely need some more defenders. But this is a great trade for Indiana, and I'm glad that Pascal gets a change of scenery. I feel like it was getting very packed there in Toronto, especially after they made the trade for RJ. But I do want to talk about Toronto and what's been going on with them because they've turned OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam into Emmanuel Quickley, Bruce Brown, RJ Barrett, and 3 first-round picks and Kira Lewis Jr. So I think that's very impressive. That's a great comeback. That is a great return. You got a lot of young pieces. You got a lot of young assets as well. So now you have a core that looks like RJ, Quickly, Scotty Barnes, and then you have Kira Lewis Jr. You have all those picks as well. It's looking like they're very much giving themselves a head start to this rebuild, and that's just, you can't really do much better than that, honestly. The only team I've seen do better than that with hard resetting their team is like the Oklahoma City Thunder. And they just got an accumulation of every single pick you could possibly get. They made so many trades. They traded Russell Westbrook and got picks for that. And then they got Chris Paul, traded Chris Paul, got picks for that. And we all know they traded Paul George for Shea. And then they got Shea and all those picks from the Clippers as well. So the Thunder really just stacked up. You can't really do much better than that. But this is a very, very good return for what they did give up. Pascal Siakam and OG is not like a super duper crazy two players to be trading for, and they got a whole lot of young players and assets in return. So I definitely give them an A to an A+ for what they did. Honestly, this is a great return for your two players, and they have a nice start on their rebuild. From the OG trade, RJ's looking really good. Quickly's looking pretty decent. Hopefully they can mesh with Scotty Barnes. They got these picks. Good on the Raptors, man. Good on the Raptors. I think this is a great trade for both sides. I think it's better for the Raptors just because they got pieces for their long-term goal. I'm not sure if Pascal stays. If Pascal Siakam stays, they get him to a better deal. This is easily an A for the Pacers. If he ends up leaving, that changes things a little bit. So as of right now, I'm going to give the Raptors an A. I'm going to give the Pacers a B, and we're going to keep it at that. Hope you all like this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.